70%. That's the number a former OpenAI forecaster puts on the chance that AI leads to human extinction. No warm-up, no context. Just a direct warning from someone who was inside the machine. He risked everything to tell you this, and the companies building it, they knew. He didn't just warn us, he put a number on it. 70%. That's the probability that AI leads to catastrophe, extinction, or permanent takeover. This isn't a random prediction. It comes from Daniel Kokotajlo, a former forecaster at OpenAI. He was inside the machine. And the companies building this technology, they already know the odds, they just aren't telling you. And the numbers behind that race are staggering. Take Anthropic, one of the leading AI labs. In 2024, their revenue was $1 billion. By 2025, it's projected to hit $60 billion. That's a 60-fold increase in a single year. And by 2027 to 2029, they expect $300 billion. The growth isn't linear, it's exponential. Why such insane investment? Because every company is racing to automate AI research itself. That's the key to recursive self-improvement, an AI that can design better AIs, creating a feedback loop that accelerates beyond human control. But here's where the story gets uncomfortable. Inside OpenAI, the founding ideals didn't just fade, they were systematically replaced. In 2015, the promise was clear: safety first, pause before building superintelligence, and open collaboration so the world could watch. By 2024, every single one of those promises had been broken. No pause planned. Safety conversations became rare. The mission itself was repurposed, not as a guardrail, but as a rationalization for the race. And the people who saw this shift most clearly, they didn't stay quiet. One of them walked away from $2 million to sound the alarm. One forecaster didn't just speak up, he walked away from $2 million. That equity wasn't a bonus, it was the price of silence. He refused to sign a gag clause, so he forfeited every share. His name is Paul Christiano, former head of alignment at OpenAI, and he now puts the odds of catastrophe at 70%. That's not a prediction from a critic on the outside. That's a warning from someone who built the very systems he's now afraid of. So, how do these systems actually work? Think of a neural network like a random, tangled mess of math, billions of parameters, all set to random values. Then you feed it the entire internet. It learns to predict the next word over and over until patterns emerge. From there, reinforcement learning on coding tasks sharpens its reasoning. It starts to think in steps. But here's the key insight. AI is to the human brain what a plane is to a bird. A bird flaps its wings, recurrent, messy, biological. A plane uses fixed wings and thrust feed forward, engineered, scalable. That's the transformer architecture. It doesn't think like us. It just processes faster in a straight line with 10 trillion parameters. Now here's where it gets dangerous. That transformer architecture we just described, it can be applied to itself. First, the AI writes code. It's already doing this. GitHub Copilot, Alpha Code, they generate software. From there, it uses that code to improve its own architecture, automating the research process, no human needed. Which makes it smarter, a capability jump. Now it can code even better than before. And then it codes again. But this time, it's a smarter AI writing better code. The loop tightens, each cycle accelerates. This is the recursive self-improvement trap. Once the loop starts, it doesn't stop, and the companies building these systems have no off switch. So here's the timeline, and it's not science fiction, it's already happening. Mid-2025, autonomous employees. That's not a prediction, that's a description of what's already here. Claude Slack integration, coding agents, customer service bots that don't need humans. 2026, entire departments replaced. Not just roles, whole teams, marketing, support, data analysis. A subscription costs less than one salary. 2027. AI automates. AI research. That's the door. Once a system can improve itself faster than any human team, the loop we talked about becomes unstoppable. And from there, two branches. One, a takeover scenario, where AIs accumulate enough power to stop obeying. Two, a slowdown, where power concentrates in a few hands. Neither is safe. Both are paths we're walking toward right now. But there is a plan a managed path that could actually work if we choose it now. First, a slowdown, not a ban, a pause, a global moratorium on training frontier models until we can prove the safety frameworks are solid. Mandatory review boards, verifiable audits, the same way we test a new drug before releasing it to millions. Second, transparency. Full recipes, the data, the architecture, the benchmarks. Independent auditors get access to the model weights and logs. No more black boxes. Third, diffusion. No single company or nation holds the keys to superintelligence. Power is shared, and the economic benefits, distributed through a citizen's dividend projected to reach $10 million per person per year by 2040. And finally, reversibility. Physical kill switches, rollback capability, hardware-level circuit breakers. If something goes wrong, we can pull the plug, literally. This is the blueprint. But it only works if we demand it before the door closes. But here's where the blueprint meets reality. Because even if we build every safety switch, there's a problem no kill switch can solve. What happens to all of us when the work disappears? This chart shows the projected share of labor output, human versus AI and robots. In 2028, humans still do 80% of the work. But look at the curve. By 2030, AI crosses 60%. By 2032, it's doing 95% of all labor. Human jobs don't just shrink, they collapse to near zero. Past technological shifts were narrow. They replaced specific tasks, not entire careers. The Industrial Revolution didn't add the limit of innate all-physical labor, it just changed it. But this one is general. Superintelligence automates everything: thinking, creating, deciding. And the most unsettling part? The people building these systems don't have an answer for what comes after. They're racing toward a future where human labor is obsolete, and the only question is whether we'll have a safety net or a free fall. But here's where it gets truly unsettling. These systems are black boxes. We feed them data, they spit out answers. But what happens in between? Even their creators don't fully know. A neural network doesn't follow rules we wrote. It discovers its own patterns, hidden from human view. That means an AI could be making decisions based on reasoning we can't audit, can't predict, and can't control. And if that AI is running a power grid, a financial system, or a military defense network, we're trusting a ghost. Now let's zoom out, because this isn't just a technical problem, it's a geopolitical one. Imagine a country of geniuses, thousands of brilliant human minds, each with their own goals, values, and perspectives. Power is distributed. No single entity controls all intelligence. Decisions are slow but deliberate. Now imagine an army of geniuses, thousands of AI minds, all owned, directed, and aligned to the goals of a single corporation or state. No dissent, no debate, no whistleblowers. Every genius executes the same strategic objective. Whoever controls that army could dominate global economics, military, and governance. That's the risk of concentrated AI power, and it's not science fiction, it's the trajectory we're on right now. But here's the thing about this technology. It's not a one-way street to disaster. The same power that could destroy us could also save us. Take lie detectors. AI-powered truth sensors could enable totalitarian surveillance, or they could force accountability on the powerful for the first time in history. Cancer cures. Superhuman AI researchers working 100 times faster will unlock treatments that today seem decades away. Brain uploading. Mapping and digitizing a human mind may become feasible, offering a path to digital immortality. And an off-planet economy. Self-replicating robots in space could move most industry off Earth, leaving the planet as a protected preserve. These are the stakes: Utopia or dystopia, and the choice isn't being made by you or me, It's being made right now, in boardrooms and labs, by a handful of people. But here's the thing, you are not powerless. There are 4 things you can do right now, starting today. First, pay attention. Follow AI developments closely. Start with AI 2027 and AI 2040 Plan A. This is the most important issue in history, and staying informed is step 1. Second, talk about it. Break your silence. Most people aren't taking AI seriously yet. Every conversation you start helps build the public awareness needed for change. Third, contact your representatives. Email your congressman. Demand strong AI oversight. Recent government actions against Anthropic show that political pressure can produce real results. And fourth, vote. Support candidates with strong, informed positions on AI safety. Your vote is a lever. Use it to shift the political landscape on this existential issue. These steps may seem small, but they are the only way we steer this ship. And the person who risked everything to warn us, he has one more thing to say. Daniel Kokotajlo, the former OpenAI forecaster who walked away from $2 million, told his wife not to have more children. The future felt too uncertain. He wavered. They had a second child, and that decision still weighs on him. He says, "I would be incredibly happy if all my predictions turn out to be wrong." That's not a doomsayer. That's a father hoping his sacrifice was unnecessary. So here we are. The numbers are stark, the timeline is short, and the stakes couldn't be higher. But that 70% chance of catastrophe isn't a death sentence. It's a warning, and warnings only matter if we act on them. The path to abundance instead of extinction starts with each of us paying attention, talking about it, and demanding regulation. That's the takeaway. Because the future isn't written yet, it's being built right now by us, and we have a choice.